Welcome back everyone. In this video tutorial we will create a shopping cart, e-commerce website shopping cart using React.js with state management tool that we will use context API and useReducer hook. So let's check the demo that we will build something like this. For example, we have the products and we would like to add them to the cart. So to add them to the cart, right now there is no items with us in our cart. So let's press add to cart. So the first one has been added. Look at that, has been changed. Second one, third one. So we have added 3 items to our cart. So now let's press this shopping cart icon. After pressing that, this is our shopping cart that we have, okay, right now. So at the right side we have total items 3, payment 2428, and proceed to checkout. And at the left side we have our products. We can increase the size of the product until 10. Okay, we can add just 10 of the products. We cannot add more than 10 items. And if you would like to decrease, so we can decrease them. Look at just by 1. If we press again, so we cannot decrease then 1. So if you would like to remove a product, just by pressing this remove button we will be able to remove this. Let's press this one. So that has been removed and everything has updated, like total items 2 and payment this one. So this is how we can create a shopping cart using React.js with the state management tool that we will use context API and reducer hook. So let's get started. Okay, let's come here back. So we will create this shopping cart. So now let's create our React app. Let's move to VS Code editor. I have opened an empty folder inside VS Code. Now let's create our React app. Let's move to the terminal. Inside the terminal, now here we will write npm create with at latest. We will use with to create React app. So let's assign project name. We will not assign any name because we would like to create our app inside this folder. So let's press dot, press enter. The package name, press tab, shopping cart, okay, press enter, and framework React, and variant which is JavaScript. We will use JavaScript. Select that. Now let's write npm install to install all the dependencies and the packages, the necessary dependencies and packages. So let's wait for it until it install all the packages and dependencies. So we faced with error, that is network error. So let's install it once again. Press enter. That was internet connection error. Yeah. So after the completion, now let's install a few packages that we will use inside in our React app, which is npm install bootstrap. We will use bootstrap for designing, and React outer DOM for routing, and React icons. React icons. Press enter. We will install these 3 packages. So after the completion, let's run our React app. So we will write npm run dev, and let's move to this URL. Control, press the URL. So let's move to Chrome browser. So this is our default React app. So now let's change the code, the default code. Let's close the terminal. Come here to the src directory, and here app.jsx. We will remove all default codes, and also we'll remove this one, and we don't need these things, and even we don't need the CSS file. Let's delete that one, and also we don't need the code of this CSS. So for our shopping cart, for that we need first of all to have a navbar. So for the navbar we will use bootstrap for designing. So first of all we will change the title. Just let's move to the fabric directory and to the index.html. Here we will change the title, which is shopping cart. Save it, and let's import the bootstrap inside app.jsx. import bootstrap dash/css/bootstrap.main.css. So after importing the bootstrap, now let's create our navbar. So to create the navbar, for that let's just come here to the src. We will create a new folder. We will name it components, and inside that we will create a file. We will name it navbar.jsx RAFCE to create a functional component. So after creating that, now let's write inside that two anchor tag. The first one is for this is shop. It means we will assign, this is the name of our website. I will just name it shop, and here in the second link we will have our icon, okay, the shopping icon, this one. So this icon, so for that let's import an icon from React icons. So import that. Let's write bs cart. We will import bs cart from bs cart. Yeah, press enter. So after importing that, let's use it inside this anchor tag bs cart. Save it, and let's assign bootstrap classes: deflex, justify, content, between, and bg secondary. Let's save it and let's check it once. So let's import it. Okay, we will import it inside app.jsx navbar. So after importing it, so it looks like this. Okay, here we have shop and here we have the shopping cart. Let's come here back, and padding 3, that is okay. We will change this to assign a class name to this navbar brand. Yeah, navbar brand, that is okay. The text has been changed, and assign a class name text white. That is okay. This is the icon and this is the brand name. So let's cut this text white class name and we will paste it here, and padding y3 and padding x5. So it looks like this. Okay, we will also, let's assign, this is navbar link, and let's assign font size to this, font size 4, and font weight bolder, and this here we will assign font size 5. So this is our let's just change text white, apply it here. So that is okay. Okay, it looks like this is our navbar. Now let's create our products. So to create the products, we will use for that a dummy JSON, okay, API. JSON, okay, let's open this website and we will use the products. We can use directly these products to fetch the data and display it on the browser, but instead of that I will copy a few products. Okay, these products 6 or 7 products, and paste them in a local file, and I will use that. The reason for that is that I use the local file to add, I will add a quantity field to these products. We don't have the quantity fields here, so I will add a quantity field to those products. So I will create, let's just come here and I will create in the data.json. So this file, I should move it to the, let's bring it here, yeah, move it. In the data.json, I will paste those 6 or 5 products data, and then I will just customize that, and I will add the quantity field to these products also. So I have just pasted the data and added the quantity field. Okay, we have the products, and this the first product, and I added the quantity 1 to all of them, or we can just change the quantity to 0 also, but leave it as 1. So these are a few products. Now let's display them. So to display them, for that let's create a new component. We will just create I think a new page. So let's change. In the src directory, create a new folder, pages. Inside the pages, let's just name it like products. Okay, we will just name it products. So let's create a state variable first of all. Const products set products is equal to use state. So we will assign the products. Okay, we will import the products from this data.json. So to import it, for that let's import it. First of all, import data from // data.json, I think. So let's check it once. The path, we will go from pages to src. Let's write like this. Control B, //data.json. So after importing the data, now let's use it here. We will assign that here, data.products. So after assigning the products, now let's display the products. So to display the products, we will use map function to display the products. So for that, we will just write products dot map p. So now we will just we will just create another component. Inside that component, we will display the data of every product. So let's create a new component, product.jsx or AFCE. So let's move back to the products, and here we will call the product component, product, import that, and we will pass the product to this product component. We will just write like this, product is equal to with p. We will pass every product to this product component, and we will display the data inside this product component here. So to display the data, for that I will use bootstrap cards. So just come here. Here I will write bootstrap cards, bootstrap 5 cards. Okay, because we are not focusing on the design, so for that I will just simply copy this code. Copy this code and let's paste it here. So let's close the image tag, Control Alt Shift F to format the document, and now just come here. We will first of all get the product here, product. Now we will print the data of product. So first of all on the image, so to print the data, the image, for that I will write like product dot thumbnail. Okay, the image name is thumbnail. Let's move to data.json. That is thumbnail. We have title and price. Come here to the product, and here we will just print the title, product dot title. Sorry, what happened? Product dot title. Close that. We will not print the description. Okay, let's remove this description. And here inside, instead of this, we will have a button. Okay, that is add to cart. Also we will print the price. Let's change this to H4 and this would be H5. Product.price, a $sign before this. Let's save it. This is a button with us. Save it. Let's move to the browser and let's come here and we will import first of all the products inside app.jsx. Later we will use a React router. Products. Save it. Yeah, we paste with an error, so let's check the error. Products, we have imported the products. Data.products. Come here and we will check the error. So it says the style prop expect mapping from style properties. Let's remove this style. Save it. So every product looks like this. Let's change the size of these cards. So just come here back to the bootstrap. Instead of that, let's come here down. Yeah, this one is okay. So let's copy this code. Call, card body, everything is okay. Let's just copy these class names. Copy these class names and let's move back to the, just come here to the products and I will assign those class name to this div element. Paste them and on the top of that we will have a container. Save it. Let's check it now. Yeah, it looks like this. So these are our products, okay, that we have our products. Let's come here back to the product. So let's wrap this code through call clause, and here we will add height 100 and the image height is 275. So it looks like this, okay. Let's just add, come here to the products, margin top 5. So it looks like this. That is okay. Now let's create, after creating the products, now let's create the footer. So to create the footer, for that let's create component footer. Instead of this I will just write, I think we should write like this, copy, and after that I will just write code with Yusuf, and here let's add a class name which is padding 5 and BG secondary. Save it and let's import it inside app.jsx. Save it. Footer, we didn't import the footer, so let's that has been imported. Let's save it now. Let's check it now. So this is the footer, and let's change the code once again. Padding Y, just make it 3. And also change the text to the center. tint center, font weight bolder, text white. So it looks like this. That is okay. So now let's move to the state management. Okay, we have everything, but to the state management, for the state management we will use context API and useReducer hook. So whenever we press this add to cart button, we should add this product. Okay, first of all we will change here. Okay, we will just add the number of items that we have added to the cart. So to change that, for that let's first of all we will display by default the 0 here. Okay, at the right side we will display 0. It means 0 items at the cart, in our cart. So let's move now to just come here to the Navbar, and to the right side of this card we will just display 0. It means no products. Right now that is 0. Now let's first of all we will implement, okay, before implementing the state management we will implement the React router. Okay, so to just navigate through pages, for example whenever I press this card we will be able to move to the cart page, and by pressing this we will come back to the home page. So just come here to the app.jsx, and here we will import the React router, browser router, routes, and route. Just come here we will just write browser router, and down from that we will have Navbar, and at the last we will have footer, and just come here, remove these things. Here we will have routes, inside routes route. In the route we will have first of all cart. So for the cart the path is equal to with slash cart, first of all for the home page, okay, slash, and element is equal to with products. Duplicate it, and this is per cart, slash cart, and this will be cart. Right now we don't have cart component. Let's create first of all the cart component. Pages, in the pages we will create cart.jsx or AFCE, save it. Let's move back to the app.jsx, and here we will have cart. Let's import that, save that. Come here now to the Navbar. Whenever we press this first one we will move to the home page. Let's change this to a link, React router link. Import that. The link has been imported from React router DOM, and 2 is equal to slash, it means to home page, and change this one also to link. 2 is equal to slash cart. Save it. Now let's move to the browser and check it. Okay, let's press this one. So we directly come here to the cart, look at, and press it, we will come here back to the home page. So now let's move to state management. Okay, for the state management, so we will create let's create a new folder inside src folder. So let's create new folder. We will name it feature. You can name it Redux or something else, but let's name it feature. And inside this folder I will create 2 files. The first file is the context provider, the second one is a reducer. So for the state management we will use context API and reducer hook. So I will create first of all 2 files, cart provider, context provider .jsx RAFCE. Let's create the second one, which is cart reducer. Let's move first of all to the context provider. Inside this context provider we will create first of all context. So to create context, for that we are using create context. We will import that from React, create context. So that has been imported, the context. Now let's create the context. First of all, const cart context, we will name it cart context is equal to create context. So after creating the context, now we will use import useReducer hook. So let's import that also, useReducer. So after importing the useReducer hook, now let's use the useReducer hook. This hook accepts two things and returns two things. First of all, let's write const. It returns an array, and that array contains two things. The first one is our state, our data. We will name it cart, and the second thing is that it returns, that is dispatch. Okay, the dispatch, then we will use that dispatch function, okay, to invoke an action, to invoke reducer actions. Dispatch is equal to useReducer hook, and this reducer hook accept two things. The first thing is reducer. Right now we didn't create our reducer, but later we will implement that, our cart reducer. So, and the second thing is initial state. So the initial state is just an empty array. So let's first of all create the reducer, then we will import that here, and we will use that just assign that to useReducer hook. So to create the a reducer, let's come here to the cart reducer. So here I will const cart reducer is equal to, this reducer function accept two things. The first thing is the state. It means that our cart, our basket, the data, and the second thing is the action, and this action contains our for example, the type of the action and the data that we are passing whenever we would like to call this reducer. So we will use now switch statement for this switch, and in the switch we will just write action dot type. It means the type of action that we would like to perform. Like in this shopping cart, we are performing like adding to cart, removing from cart, increasing the products or decreasing the products. These actions types we have. Let's write the first action, which is case add. This is first action with us. And because we would like to just, whenever we press add to cart button, we want to add the data, that product, to our cart. So the first type that we will use, the first function, that is add case. Okay, the first case is add. And now let's this is the first case, and we have other case like case remove. We can remove from cart. We have other cases like increase. We can increase the data, the products quantity, case, and decrease. Okay, to decrease the quantity of products, and the default. For the default, we will return state. Later I will implement the logic for these cases, okay, for add, remove, increase, decrease, but I wrote just the cases. Now let's export default a cart reducer. So after exporting it, now let's import it. So here I will write cart reducer. That has been imported, okay, cart reducer, and we assign that to useReducer hook. Now here in the context provider, let's use it. We will write we will use this cart context dot provider, and to this provider we will pass these two things, cart and dispatch value, and we will pass cart comma dispatch. So this means all component inside this provider will access this cart. It means our data, our basket, our store, and the dispatch, the function, the cases, okay, the reducer function. All of them will access these, all component inside this provider will access these two things. Now inside this we will pass our app component. So to pass that, first of all I will pass children to this one, to this children to this context provider, children, and I will just pass them here, children. And now let's pass whenever we want to just call this, okay, use this context provider, we will pass the children to this component. So let's move to main.jsx. To enter the main.jsx, here we will use the import this context provider. So remove the restrict mode, context provider, and inside this context provider I will just bring this up, that component inside this context provider. So whenever it comes directly to the main.jsx, what it will do, it will just pass this up as children to context provider, to this context provider here, to the children, and we will print them here inside this context provider, and all component inside that will access these two things, cart and dispatch. So it was all about the context provider that we have created. Just come here to the quantities, context provider. Yeah, everything is okay here. Now let's move to just use the quantities. We will implement the first logic, which is add. Whenever we want to pass data, so we will just press this add to cart button. Okay, whenever we press this add to cart button, so we will pass data to that. Like, just come here to products, to the product, okay, to the product component. Whenever we press this add to cart button, we will call that add case, okay, that action, that function, reducer function, and we will add this product that we have clicked add to cart button to that to our store. So for that, what we need to just fetch the cart first of all. It means the dispatch function. So it means to access, okay, as I told you before, that all component can access this cart and dispatch. So now in this case we need this dispatch, okay. We will like to use this dispatch to invoke the function. Just come here to the product. Let's move to the product. I will just use context, import this hook, use context, and also cart context. We need these two things, cart context. Let's write it cart. Yeah, we didn't export our cart context. Okay, let's move to the cart context provider and we will export it. Export, and let's save it. Now let's come here to the product again, and now I will import that cart context. Yeah, we have imported the cart context. Now let's use it. Const, we will just extract dispatch. Dispatch is equal to use context, and we will pass cart context to that. Simple like this. Now we can use this dispatch. So just come here to this button, and on click we will use on click event, and inside the on click event we will just create an arrow function, and we will just call dispatch, and inside this dispatch we will pass an object which contains first of all the type, which is add, and we will pass our data. The data is the product. Alt Shift F to format the document. Now I will show. Okay, whenever we press this add to cart button, what it will do, it will invoke this dispatch function, and whenever it call this function, what it will do, it will pass this object which contains type, which is add, and product. So let's move now to our reducer. In this reducer we will get first of all state. The state is our store, and this action contains the type, okay, which was add, and also the data. So now let's add our product to our store. So to add that, for that we will just return previous state, it means the previous store, and now we will add a new product to our store. So that is action dot product, view past product. So now it will add this new product to our store. So after adding the product to store, we want to update now. Just come here to the browser. We want to update this quantity of our the cart. Okay, whenever we press once this add to cart, we will update this quantity to 1. If we press again, quantity to 2 to 3 to 4, like that. So for that we need to move to the Navbar. Come here to the Navbar. In the Navbar again we want to use, now we will access the cart. As before, in the product we access dispatch, now we will access the cart. So for that again we need to use context and cart context. Cart context. Cart context. is imported. Now let's extract cart from that. So to extract cart from that, const cart is equal to use context, and we will pass cart context to that. Simple like that. Now here, instead of this 0, we will print cart.length, the length of cart, cart.length. Save it. Now let's move to the browser. We faced with an error, so cart.length, that is okay. Cart context, that is also okay. Let's move to the browser. Where is the error? I will just show to you where the error is. Come here. It says cannot structure property dispatch of use context, as it is use undefined dispatch. It means where in which component we paste with this error. Product here. Come here to the product and cart context, and dispatch is equal to use context. Let's move to the spelling. Is the spelling okay or not? Come here to the context provider, dispatch, copy this. After copying this, now just come here to the product and come here to the product, and is the spelling okay or not? I think spelling is okay. Yeah, save it. Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, I think that was a spelling mistake. So now let's refresh it once again. Okay, now let's press this add to cart button. Okay, so press this add to cart. See, the state has changed to 1, again 2, again 3. The state is changing continuously, like whenever we are pressing add to cart button. So now let's press this cart icon. So here now we will print the data that we have added to our store, to our cart. So to print the data, come here back now. So just let's create, just come here to the cart. As we have created a cart component. Now inside this cart we will access the data. So to access the data, for that just come here again. We will use context in cart context. Let's write use context and cart context. Now let's access cart. Const cart is equal to use context and pass cart context to that. Let's remove it and add a class name deflex. This is just, let's make it container dot row. Inside this now let's dot call 8 and dot call 4. In this part, okay, we have 2 parts, okay, 8 columns for this one, first view, and 4 columns for the second one. In the first area we will print our products. In the second one we will implement the summary of our cart. So let's first of all print our products. Save it. And here to print our products, for that we need to create another component where we will pass the every product, and we will print the product there, like as we did for the products. Okay, we had a products page and product page. Now we will create another component by the name of cart product dot jsx or fce. Save it and just come here back to cart, and we will use now cart dot map. We will get a product, and we will use cart item cart product. After importing that, let's now pass the product to that. So that is P. It means that we will pass product to this cart product. Just come here to the cart product, and here we will get product. And now we will print the properties of this product. Class name deflex, and inside this, first of all, we will print the image src product dot thumbnail. This is the image. And now down from that detail, okay, we will print the detail of product. Inside the detail, first of all, we will have for the products, here we will print the title, the price, and increase decrease button, and the remove button. In the detail, first of all, title. So to print the title, for that let's write like h4 tag, and here we will print product dot title. Same to that, product dot price, and before that we will have a $sign and also make it h5 tag. And down from that, we will have increase and decrease buttons. Let's create another div element, buttons. Inside that we will have 3 buttons, and the first one is for, let's bold it, and minus, it means for the decrease. Second one for plus, and in the mid we will have the quantity. So to print the quantity, for that again a button, and we will print here the quantity of the product. So let's write product dot quantity. Let's add class names to this class name, which is just rounded circle padding x2. Let's copy this and we will paste it here, and here just round it. Save it. And down from this button we will have another button, which is remove, for remove. So let's create a button, remove or delete. Class name button, button sm, button warning. Save it. So now let's check it. Okay, yeah, it looks like this. Let's decrease the size of images. Let's first of all add here margin start 3 or 4, and for the image we will add a class name, width 25, height 25. These are bootstrap classes. So it looks like this. Okay, let's add border also. Add border, and also margin top 4 or 3. So it will looks like this. So that is okay. Okay, we will not focus on design, so that is okay. Now let's create the right side, the summary of our cart. So far to the summary of our cart, come here to the cart.jsx, and here now we will have .pg secondary. Inside this, first of all, we will print total items, h4 or h5, total items, the number of total items, and also total payment or total price, and down from that a button, proceed to checkout or just checkout. Class name button, button warning. Save it. Let's check it now. So it looks like this. Okay, but let's add, instead of, yeah, just come here to back to cart product, and margin top, margin bottom 3, and come here to the cart, margin top 3. So it looks like this. Let's add padding 2. Sorry, we should add padding 2. So that is okay. Okay, total items and total price. We can change also text to white, so it will looks like this. So that is okay. Now another functionality is that whenever we press this increase button, we should increase the products, okay, the quantity of this product. It means until 10. Okay, we cannot add more than 10 items, more than 10 quantity. Just the highest quantity will be 10, and from 1 to 10 products we can add. It means whenever we press this increase button, we will add until 10. So for that, let's move to the buttons. Okay, increase buttons. Come here to the cart item. Where is cart product? And to the increase button, to this increase and decrease button. So I will create two functions, one for increase, the second one for decrease. So let's, whenever we press this plus sign, we will add a on click event, and I will call just create a function first of all, and I will call a function by the name of increase. Right now we didn't create the function, but I will create that increase, and I will pass the product.id id to that function. Let's create now this function, const increase. We will get id, and here we will create this function, and alt shift F to format the document. Also whenever we press the copy this button, whenever we press this minus sign, we will decrease it. Okay, let's add it here also, and here we will call decrease function, decrease. Let's create the decrease function also, as we have created the increase function. So I will create the decrease function also. Now let's implement the logic for increase function. So to increase the quantity, first of all we will check is the quantity less than 10 or not. So for that we need again to use access the cart. So let's import use context and cart context, and now let's dispatch it, distract that const. We will get cart and dispatch, both of them is equal to use context, and pass cart context to that. So to find the quantity of the product, okay, the product that we are increasing the quantity, we should find the index of that product, okay, of that product. So to find the index, for that let's write const index is equal to cart dot find index p. It means just simple like product. P dot id was equal to with id. Okay, the id we have passed, just find that id in the products. After finding that, so it will find the index of that product. After finding the product, the index, now we will write if cart index dot quantity was less than 10. So then we will implement this logic. It means that we will increase the quantity of that product. So to increase the quantity, for that we will call dispatch function, dispatch, and let's pass an object which contains type is increase, and we will pass just the id like this. Okay, we will pass like this, or we can write simple like this. So the same logic is for the decrease function also. Let's copy this one, paste it, and just we will change this logic if that was greater than 1, and we will change this to decrease the type. Now let's move to the cart reducer, and here we will implement the logic for the increase and the decrease. So for the increase, again, whenever we want to just increase the quantity, we need to find the index. So to find the index, as we did before, so we can use like this, and we can find the index. Copy this line and paste it here, and we will find the index for the increase. And here we will use, instead of cart, state. State is our cart or our store. Find index PID, that is okay. And here instead of ID, we will use action.id. Now let's increase the quantity. So to increase that, we will simply write state index I dot quantity plus equal to 1. This means we can, in simple form, we can write like this. Copy this, paste it here. Plus 1. This is the simple form, or we can write as I wrote before, like this. And now let's return the state. Return state. The same logic is for the decrease. Paste it, and this is in index D. It means for the decrease. That is okay. And here we will decrease it, -1, and return the state. And here let's write decrease D. Save it. So this was the increase and decrease logic. Let's check it now. Just come here, press this, and let's press this. Let's go back, refresh it, and add to the cart. And now let's move to the cart. Let's press this increase. Look at the quantity has been increased. Just here, look at here. Okay, the quantity increased, and we can increase just until 10 and decrease it just until 1. So this was the increase and decrease logic that we have implemented. Now let's implement the remove. Okay, whenever we press this remove button, we will be able to remove a product from cart. So for that, let's move to the remove button. The remove button was in cart product. Again, just come here to the, where is the remove button? Yeah, this is the remove button. On click, and we will create an arrow function, and we will call dispatch, and we will pass an object, a type remove, and we will pass id, product dot id, like this, simple. Okay, we will call this remove. So now let's move to the cart reducer and to the remove. So in the remove, we will return state dot filter. We will just filter our products. Filter product. So it will go through all products. Okay, and we will filter. We will just filter. We will simply write the logic for that is p dot id was not equal to with action dot id. Don't take that item which we have passed. Okay, which it means that it will go through all products. If the the product id was not equal to the id we passed, so it will filter that. If the id was equal, so it will not filter that. So it is the simple logic for filtering. Let's save it, and let's check it now for the remove. And let's once again refresh it, add to the cart, and come here, and let's press the remove button. See, the product has been removed. Now let's implement the logic of the total items and total price. So to find that, for that we need to create two functions in cart reducer component. Const, the first one is total items. Total items is equal to, we will create it, and we will pass cart to this, and we will get cart here. So to find the total number of items, for that we will use the reduce function. Like this, we will simply write return statement first of all, then cart dot reduce. Into this reduce we will pass accumulator. The accumulator is, for example, sum, comma, the second one is parameter is the product. Now let's implement the logic is that first of all we will add accumulator sum plus product dot quantity comma 0. This logic means that we have used the reduce function. First of all we pass two parameter. The first one is accumulator. It means this will be the same, and this is the product, so it will go through all products. So what it will do, this 0 is the initial value for this sum variable. Okay, so whenever we pass this 0 to sum, so for the first time sum plus the product quantity of the first product, then if the quantity was 1, so again for the second one, 1 plus the quantity of second product, then after plusing that, for example, that is again 1, then 2 plus the product quantity of third product, like this. It will go through all. So this is accumulator. At the end, it will return this sum to us. Now let's implement the logic of total price, okay, to find the total price. So total item, total price, cart reduce. Let's change this, for example, total, and here we will use again the total. Again, this 0 is the initial value per total, so it will now, here we will total plus product dot quantity multiply by product dot price. Like for example, the quantity is 3 and the price is 100, so it will multiply that by that 300, then plus total. Again, it will go for the second product, for the third, at the last it will return total to us. Let's save it. Now we will move back to our cart and we will import those two functions. So let's export them first of all. Export. Let's export it also. Save it. Come here to the cart and import them. Total item, total price. Now let's use them. Just come here, and here I will just write total item, and here $sign first of all, total price. The spelling is okay or not? Total item, is that is okay. Save it and let's move to the browser. So let's go to the shopping and let's add products. Go to the cart, and nothing has been paid, so let's check them. Yeah, let's call them, I think, like this. So we should pass card, okay, card to these functions. Let's pass card and also card to this one. Save it. And cart reducer, and here we will get cart, that is okay. Let's go to the shopping, add products. Now let's move to the cart and look at total item 3 and total price 2797. So let's increase. Look at 4 and the price has changed. 7, 8, 10. Let's decrease it again. 9, 8, like this. Total items and total price. So this is all functionalities that we have implemented for shopping cart, e-commerce website shopping cart, that we have used React.js with context API and a reducer hook. So I hope you learned the logic of this shopping cart in e-commerce website. If you like this video and learned something from this video, so don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.